This is the video introduction to Experiment 3, How a Photocell Works, in the Mr. Circuit Basic Electronics Lab number 1. The purpose of this experiment is to observe how a photocell works as a light-sensitive resistor. We already introduced in Experiment 1 the fixed resistors, then in Experiment 2 a variable resistor, and now we're doing a light-sensitive resistor. These resistors are very important in circuits. By performing this experiment, you're going to find that the brightness of the LED will depend on the light striking the surface of the photocell. The more light striking the surface of the photocell, the brighter the LED. We're going to use the pictorial diagram on the right side of this page to assemble the circuit so we can observe the photocell in action. You can compare it to the schematic diagram below the pictorial, where you show a photocell symbol, a battery, and an LED. We're going to build this circuit, and I'll show you how we do it. This will be a demonstration of experiment number 3, the light-activated LED. You need a battery snap, our LED with the long lead as the anode, the short lead as the cathode. You need a photocell, which doesn't have polarity, so it won't matter which way you plug in the wires. It's a variable resistor, remember, that varies with the intensity of the light on the top of the cell. And then we have a jumper wire and a battery. So let's go ahead and use the pictorial and schematic to wire this up. So the first thing we need to do is put the photocell on the board. We've put the photocell so it is in 2 different groups of 5 holes. Then the next thing we're going to do is take a jumper wire and go from one side of the photocell, and then we're going to plug it into another set of 5 holes down here so that we can connect up the LED. Now remember, the LED has to have its short side toward the negative of the battery, so we're going to wire it like so. Then we're going to take the negative of the battery and plug it into the same side of the LED, that's the cathode, and we plug that one in, and then we plug the red one into the other side of the photocell. So now we have our experiment all wired up, and when we connect the battery, we'll notice that the LED lights up. And watch what happens when we start to cover the light on the photocell. When there's less light on it, the LED is dimmer, showing you've got less current flowing. So its resistance goes up when you take the light off of it. All right, I'd like you to get the parts out and do this experiment, and let's see if you get the same results that I did.